What's going on YouTube? It's Ninja Turtle here, and today we're going to go over our special month-end video. This will be for kind of combining the end of June 2020, or excuse me, 2021 and July 2021, because I didn't do a video last month, so this will be a combination. And what I do in these videos, if you it's your first time here, is just a quick little video recapping any modifications that I've done on customs or on figures that are just a small minor update on them that doesn't really warrant having a whole video to discuss everything that I did because it's so minor. Also, I put in my failures here, so just in case I do work on a custom and it just doesn't look nearly as good as I want it to look or hope it looks, I'll put that video or put that custom here and just go over it quickly. And I do have one of those, and we're going to cover that shortly. And as well as sometimes I like to, in case of this video, we're going to cover part of my actual action figure collection. So if you're here for the Spider-Verse collection showcase, I will be showing that in this video very soon. If you're impatient, go ahead and fast forward. It's not going to take much longer from here to show that off, but we're going to go over this 02 that I have made several months ago. So if you're actually looking for more extensive coverage on the 02, it is on the channel. I'll leave a card here. But one quick thing that I did to modify the 02 recently is that I actually fixed her boots. I added these three black dots on both sides of her boots because I didn't realize at the time of making this custom that those were there. I didn't have a design sheet, and I wasn't looking at any other references other than just pictures from the anime and some other things that I googled, and I just didn't notice that at the time. And then I saw a statue. I was like, whoops, I can quickly fix that, and did. I just add some black dots down there and resealed it with some Mod Podge so that the black sealer or the black dots are sealed in there and they look good. So that's all. That's the only thing I've done with this. Let's go ahead and move on to the next thing. All right, so this is my failure for the month. I just finished this a couple of weeks ago at the time of this recording. So I would have wanted to make this, actually fully intended on making this Psylocke a full-on video on the channel. This is not the first Psylocke I've done. This is actually the third. And I wanted to, and honestly, the entire body came out great. Honestly, real quickly, this is very similar to the Psylocke build that I did the first time around, but we have bodysuit legs that came from a Age of Apocalypse Jean Grey. The thighs are from a White Rabbit and an added epoxy sculpt. The belt itself is from a Medusa, and then I added some plastic for the square, like a rectangle here, and then painted the X symbol on there. There is some sashes going on there, which also my plastic, so there's one on the inside and one on the outside of the belt, and just cut a pattern myself so it does that trail thing, and I really like how that came out. The torso is, the lower torso is a Polaris, it doesn't matter, it's Kate Bishop style. Top is Shikla, same thing with the arms. The arms are also Shikla, added sculpt for the bands. The black is already there on the forearms. The sword is from Lady Deadpool, and so on. So that's a real quick wrap up of this figure. Customized, obviously you see the paint colors, but why this is a failure is going to go right here on the face. I messed up two things here. One, her face, just her eyes. I'm not perfect with eyes in general. It's a very difficult thing to get right on anything and on any figure, and I just had some particular mess ups between each eye that just don't look nearly as good as they could. And I was even going to just go ahead and say, you know what, I'll just deal with it. I'll go with this. But then I messed up her hair too. So her hair color, it's fine. It's purple. It looks nice. It's not the color, it's the application. You can see kind of how weird it gets up on the inside there. And if you now notice, it's a little crooked. So when I was gluing it on, I mean, this hair is not made for this head. In fact, the hair is from the Jessica Drew, Jessica Drew, Spider-Woman, the one with the glasses. the like this mostly red. It's not the old one, but yeah, it's the more recent Jessica Drew figure. That's what this hair is, and I really liked it. I think the length of it is good, and I painted it really well. But overall, I just messed up when gluing it on, so her head got double messed up. And I didn't want to put this on the channel as an official video because of that. I might actually remake her face slash hair at some point in the future when I have someone that has, when I do a new custom that has someone with this relatively close flesh tone. That's the biggest reason why I just went ahead and finished it, because this flesh tone is a mixed color. It's not something straight out of a tube, so it's not something that I could just easily do again. I really want to try to wait until I do someone else with a similar skin tone and then prepare a new head for Psylocke and try it again. Because everything else, again, the body looks great. The everything else looks great. I even, painted the sword, so it has I don't know if you can see any of that, but like some red diamonds in there for that, and then the handle is just black. But overall, I think it turned out great, other than her face, and even painted the backside really well. I really love this build for Psylocke. I will continue to build her this way, and I'll continue to use this face. I just need to settle on the hair and make sure it fits properly. And yeah, it's just a failure. So that's enough for that one. Let's go ahead and get to the main show. That would be going over my Spider-Verse collection. So we're going to go ahead and start with my villains, and then we'll cover the heroes and supporting characters right after that. Alright, here we are, ground floor of my action figure collection, at least on the bookshelf side of it. I have two bookshelves and I have a whole lot of figures, but these two are we're going to concentrate on because one, Spider-Verse is down here, and two, these are the only ones that are really cleaned up because I did them more recently. It's still pretty dusty down here because it was kind of a couple months ago. But yeah, like I said, we're focusing on Spider-Verse. Over the course of the next couple months, pretty much I'm going to show more of my collection, but I have to clean everything up. So we're going to start here. Again, this is all about the Spider-Verse. This Green Goblin is the Toy Biz one, and I still love this one because you can actually see the Hasbro one in the back, but I still love this one, so I didn't replace it at all. One, because I actually love him hanging out like this. Hanging forward. I think that's like really fun and cool. I've always had him that way. I mean, he can sit backward if I wanted him to, but for the most part I enjoy him hanging forward like that. I wish it was like a little bit more backward, but for what it's worth, that's alright. Also, please forgive the lighting because I am so far away from light, and in general, right now I'm holding my cell phone up so you can see things a little bit more clearer. Also holding the camera, so I'm a little off balance here, but almost all of these figures are Hasbro, and there's not too much Toy Biz left. This got Iron Man trying to fall and jump in the video there. This lizard is actually, I think it actually is Hasbro, if I remember correctly, but it's not the Build-A-Figure, and I kind of slightly regret not building the Build-A-Figure one because it does look a lot better and has way more articulation than this lizard does. It's just, this one is super stiff and it just doesn't move. It looks okay, but now he's like super undersized, so I would rather have the Build-A-Figure. Unfortunately, it's just going to cost way too much money for me to go after it at this point, so I'm kind of stuck with that lizard. And then this Mysterio is, if I remember correctly, it's from the Spider-Man Origins wave, which was also Hasbro. And this one's cool because it has a head that you can actually turn in there. So right now it looks very Quentin Beck, head, but then you can also switch. I'm not going to do it because I'm going to just knock everything over. But there's a button in the back, and it can turn and it looks like an alien, and one looks like a baby or something like that. It looks really weird and all that stuff. But yeah, this is basically the Rogues Gallery. And then nothing really special going on. This Doc Ock is a Toy Biz one, so the original Toy Biz Doc Ock. And then I do kind of want to face paint the Scorpion so that he has flesh tone. My problem is I don't want to mess up the other paint that's there, but I might go ahead and do it anyway and just repaint his flesh tone on his face, and maybe even make his mask like a black color instead of this dark green. But strongly thinking it over. Also, the Sandman is Toy Biz as well, so that's the original like Spider-Man waves of Sandman. I've always preferred that Sandman over anything Hasbro's done, including the newer Sandman. And I think one last thing worth noting is with Chameleon and Hammerhead here is that the Hammerhead is on the original body, so that's like the Chameleon body, but it's the Hammerhead because it came with J. Jonah Jameson and Hammerhead and Chameleon, so that is that original body. And then I put the Chameleon head on the, I don't even remember what his name, but the character from Black Panther. So this body mold is the one that came with that 2-pack with Killmonger and then the other guy in the suit. I don't remember his name at all, but that's what that body is. Did that mostly because the flesh tone on both of them are different, but the head on the Hammerhead here, that flesh tone matches this body because it's when it was made. So the flesh, there is no flesh tone on Chameleon, so it doesn't really matter. He can go on any suited body, so that's why I chose that one for that. But I don't have every single character represented here. Actually, I do still have a Vulture, but he's just, his big wings is too big to be down here, and I don't have any more free space. And I want to hang him and have him flying on the wall, but the peg hole in his back is too small for the old Toy Biz wall hangers, so I'm going to have to figure out something else for Vulture. And then I also have a Spider Carnage. So, we got regular Carnage, and then there's Spider Carnage that looks like the Ben Reilly costume. And I do have it, but recently, well, actually it wasn't recently, long story short, his hand broke off. The peg fell off or broke off within the arm, the forearm. So I need to either find a way to get it out or get a new forearm for him and paint it a new arm and then put that back over here. So I do have an extra hand, but I don't have, well, I haven't looked into getting him a new forearm yet. So hopefully that'll happen within the next few months, and if so, I'll throw it in a video like this where I say, hey, I gave him a new arm, just real quick custom. But moving on, you can see my X-Men need some help here. I will be going to help them soon, I promise. But now we're on the Spider-Verse side of it, / supporting characters. And no, I don't have every single Spider-Man. I don't want them all. So a lot of notable missing ones would be like Spider UK, and then the punk rock Spider-Man, and I don't have the Scarlet Spider in the red and black costume. I didn't really want those, and that's why they're not here. And I could easily have gotten them, but I didn't want them. But we do have appearances from our newest customs, which are on the channel. This Black Cat, modern Black Cat. We have our J. Scott Campbell Mary Jane. And got Pizza Spider-Man trying to make sure Mary Jane is well fed, and she's not having it. Other than that, the only real other custom is this kind of this Gwen Stacy, which was a modification I did handle on my channel a couple months ago. And then we have our PS4 Spider-Man with the custom PS4 Black Cat next to that. As you can kind of see, my Spider-Verse Into the Spider-Verse collection is kind of over here. So I have Ben J, or Peter B. Parker. Well, I don't know where Ben J came from, sorry. Peter B. Parker all the way in the back there. And then we have Ghost Spider, Spider Ham, and Miles right there. And now I put Spider-Man 2099 there since he made that cameo appearance in that movie at the end, so he kind of fits over there. And then can kind of see Spider-Man Noir back there. This is a comic book version, so I didn't want him too close to the movie characters, but he's still associated, so he's in the area. And also put these two here, so get Silk and Anya. I think her name's Anya. But yeah, they're most likely going to be in the next movie. Don't really know, but we'll see. So they're just close by. And also, you know, all these girls with the black suited spiders man costumes, and there's Black Suit Spider-Man himself. So right there, I just kind of put them all together. And yeah, that about rounds it out. There's your Captain Universe in the back with the Spider-Man mask, so I'll put him there. The Marvel Select Anti-Venom with the Build-A-Figure Space Knight Venom in the back. They're not bad guys. They're not necessarily, you know, I mean, Flash Thompson was good, but Anti-Venom was just whatever. But I still prefer the Marvel Select version of that over the Marvel Legends. Then we got right here in the back corner, Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends, which I can barely see J. Jonah Jameson, but he is in there. Let me see if I can. Yeah, he's in there. You can see him a little bit. But you got Firestar, and that's it. So this art back there is the art that comes with Firestar. It was drawn by David Nakayama, and I told him I was going to use it in my display and put it in the background there. You can also see what's her face, that dog. I can't really remember her name right now, sorry, but she's back there too. So I don't have Iceman, but I do have an extra Iceman figure, so let me know if you think I should put Iceman back there to join Firestar. And I love having this Peter Parker there as well, with the regular street clothes, camera, and all that, with J. Jonah Jameson right behind him. I kind of love that, having that vibe with Firestar there. But yeah, I can totally add Iceman there if I wanted to, so I do have an extra one. And then that's it for the Spider-Verse collection. For what it's worth, I don't think there's going to be that many more I'm going to add. There's a small chance that I might update this Iron Spider back there. That is a, I'm going to say it is also Hasbro from the Spider-Man Origins wave as well. So this is very early Hasbro. So they have way better looking body molds for Spider-Man nowadays, but the real holdup would be the arms. And I don't want to dismantle that one and use those arms. So there's a small chance that I might be making it again, but who knows, maybe Hasbro will do it. We'll see. I hope so. I really do hope they remake that Spider-Man, because it's one of my favorite Spider-Man costumes. My absolute favorite is actually the Ben Reilly one right here. That's my absolute favorite. And then I guess like the classic Spider-Man, but actually both Ben Reillys, the Scarlet Spider and then him as Spider-Man, are like tops for me, and then the black suits. So there you go. You didn't ask for my favorite Spider-Man suits, but I told you anyway. Anyway, that's it for this video. Thanks for joining me. That's the Spider-Verse collection. As you can see, like I said, I've got plenty of other ones to cover over the course of the next couple months, or next couple videos, I should say. Oh yeah, that Hobgoblin back there is a Toy Biz Hobgoblin too, from the Spider-Man waves. So yeah, that's, most of it is still Hasbro, but that is Toy Biz back there. But yeah, I will cover more stuff. I got Avengers here that need to be cleaned up, a bunch of X-Men because they're the chief part of the collection. I got MCU stuff as well, and my Marvel vs. Capcom collection is probably the next thing I will cover, because I need to clean it up, and I have a lot of things I'll be adding over the course of the next couple of customs. A bunch of Capcom stuff coming on the way for that. So the next time I do one of these videos, it'll probably be an update to that Marvel vs. Capcom collection. But I hope you like the Spider-Verse stuff. And I do hope that you get some more backgrounds that can be added to this. So it'd be really nice to have more backgrounds for Spider-Man, and maybe something for the villains as well. But anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for checking this out. Make sure you leave a comment. Let me know if I should add Iceman back there. And also, if you got any ideas of who should be added in here, like I said, I don't want Punk Spider-Man or Spider UK, but I am open to other ones. Maybe there's something that feels that this missing that I could probably add. Maybe I'll look into it. All right, thanks for joining me. Peace.